Simply observe how your belly is puffing out when you inhale and how it goes in when you exhale. Keeping our mind, our breath, your body attuned, let's join up. So the breath, thumbs touching the sternum, and we all will pray together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently bow your head down. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, relax your palms and gently open your eyes.
Yoga, 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 yoga. आओ मेरे दोस्तों हम अपनाएं yoga. सुबह को नहीं तो.
So friends, today we are going to learn about Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. So Ashtanga Yoga is given by sage Patanjali. So it is said that we call Patanjali as father of yoga because he is the one who had systematically compiled all the yoga which was scattered in Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. So from everywhere he has collected and he has systematically compiled in the form of Yoga Sutras. There are only 195 sutras are the ones which are just one-liners. Okay, in shloka, you can have more than one line, maybe 2 lines or 3 lines shlok, but sutras are usually only one-liners. Okay, so you can imagine that he has given only one-liners, 195 line, an entire yoga he has described in 195 lines. Okay, and it is very difficult to understand it, to decode it. So every time when you read, you keep on reading Patanjali Yoga Sutra or about Ashtanga Yoga, something new comes to your mind. Okay, so let's go ahead. So this sage Patanjali has written, we have seen that it was written in between 2nd to 5th century BC. Okay, and we also call Patanjali as the incarnation of Adishesha. Okay. Why? Because his half, in earlier slide you saw in one picture here that his half body is made up of snake and half is human body. He is considered to be the reincarnation of Adishesh. Then there are different names for him. Nagnath, Gonika Putra, because his mother's name was Gonika. Then Fani Bhrat. Okay. So these are the different names of sage Patanjali. He was also a physician, grammarian, and he is the one who has systematically compiled Yoga Sutra, who has given us Yoga Shastra or Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, we'll see that. So he is also, that's why when we recite his prayer, we say Yogena Chittasa Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasa Cha Vaidyakena. Yopa Karottam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi, where we say that I bow down to sage Patanjali who has given yoga to calm down my mind. He has given grammar to clear my speech and who has given Ayurveda for a good healthy body. Okay, so he has done lots of writing work also. Now when we talk about according to sage Patanjali, the definition what he gives is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means stoppage or cessation of mental modification. Okay. So here he has very well described that when you are in a state of yoga, all misconceptions, that is your vrittis, that is your mental thoughts, that can exist in a mutable aspect human beings. Okay. So in Chitta, when your Chitta is completely stable, when there are no thoughts in your mind, that is the state of yoga. Okay. Yoga is just not only reducing 2 kgs weight. Yoga is not only about doing some difficult asana or the posture with your gross body. Okay. We will understand now. I'll directly first come to Ashtanga Yoga. Because when we go to Ashtanga Yoga, before that we have to understand why are we doing it? What is the aim of it? So aim of it is Kaivalya. Now, Patanjali calls in Kaivalya in Ashtanga Yoga. Many other people, they call it moksha, nirvana, liberation, self-realization. So these are the different names. Maybe I'll call my mother Ai. You will call your mother Amma. Somebody will call Mai. So it is a different, somebody will call Mummy. So it is a different names of for the one status. Same way, Patanjali calls it Kaivalya. Now you see here are the two pictures. In one picture, you can see that water is very disturbed. That's why the image of boat is not clearly visible in the water. So this is the state of mind throughout the day of any person, any human, maybe it you or me. We all have the same state of mind where we are constantly, our mind is bombarded with different thoughts. Okay. And in other picture, you will see it is the state of Kaivalya, where there is no change. The water is still, the reflection is complete. That's why the third sutra, Tada Drashtu Sarupe Avasthanam, that means you get to know your true self. If you are standing on a lake, and if you throw a stone in that lake, how the water creates the ripples. Okay, all these ripples are your vrittis or your thoughts. But when the water is completely still, there are no vrittis, there are no thoughts, you can even see your own reflection into that water. Okay, that is the state of Kaivalya. Now, this entire Yoga Sutras has been divided into 4 pada or the 4 chapters. So, first is Samadhi pada, which has 51 sutras. Okay, we'll not get into detailing of it. I will take you to the Ashtanga Yoga. Then Sadhana Pad, where it has 55 sutras. Then Vibhuti Pad, again it has 55 sutras. And Kaivalya Pad, which has 34 sutras. Okay, so when we move ahead, we see that this Ashtanga Yoga is completely to control your mind, or what you called as Chitta. Okay, so this Chitta, what is it? It is the storehouse of your samskaras. So whatever you carry your past life impressions with you, that comes in your Chitta or your mind. Okay, and it keep on creating this ripples in your mind. And of course, we have a lot of external stimuli to it. Along with our past life impressions, we have lots of external stimuli. Now the new toy has come in our life, which is mobile or the laptop. So much of external stimuli is there to our mind that we are constantly under the pressure. Okay. So then VYASA, who has done a commentary on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he has given the states of mind. Okay. This state, then other state, then other state, then other state. So what he says, that first one is Shipta, where it is 100% Rajasic, where people are completely on the move. See, pleasure and pain, like and dislike, love and hate, the monkey mind is always alternating between extreme states. So in Vikshipta state, your mind is working as a monkey. 1 second it is in one thought, it jumps to another thought, it jumps to another thought. You're not even sticking to one thought. You're constantly moving from here to here. So that is your monkey mind. Okay, Kshipta state. Then you come to Mudha. Mudha is 100% tamasic, where your lust, anger, greed, infatuation, this is what makes a donkey mind situation. So that is donkey mind, who doesn't know anything. Okay. First is monkey mind, which is Shikta. Second is donkey mind, which is Mudha. Third state is Vikshipta, where you come to know a little bit, you get into the Rajasic mode, but 75% is Sattvic mode, but 75% is still Rajasic. Okay. So what does this say? One movement on the ground, that means you get the clarity of your thought. You start getting clear in your mind. And another moment on the sky, again you get confused. Okay. An unstable butterfly mind is always on the fly. So you come down, you think, okay, today I understood this. So I have to behave like this. I have to be little clear about my thoughts. But again, next day, you're back to square one. Okay. So that is Vikshipta state. And then comes the stage of ekagrata, where it is 100% sattvic. So ekagrata, from ekagrata, yogic state of mind starts. Okay, with single pointed focus, sharp intuitiveness, dissolved ego, and an awakened soul, an ekagra mind feels happy and whole. Okay, so here you're completely into that sattvic state. Then come Gunatita, which is the Niruddha state. So Niruddha is beyond all the gunas. It doesn't have Rajasic, it doesn't have Tamasic, it doesn't have Sattvic. It is beyond all gunas, where you have reached to the state of complete bliss. So what is it? With absolute control over body, mind and senses in energy phase, a Niruddha mind glides through life with divine grace. Okay, so here you are completely into that divinity. Okay, so these are the 5 states of mind or Chitta, what we also called as Chitta Bhumi. If in exam you get what are the Chitta Bhumis, you should know these are the 5 Chitta Bhumis: Shipta, Mudha, Vikshipta, Ekagra and Niruddha. Okay, then we come to everything starts with Klesha. So we have this kleshas. There are 5 kleshas, which are avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Now, what are these kleshas? Kleshas are the sufferings or the pains. So, what is avidya? Avidya is lack of insight. And most of the people, all of us, are falling under avidya. They say avidya is the mother of all kleshas. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that avidya is the mother of all kleshas. So we are not even getting a right kind of knowledge all the time. We are always under the false knowledge. Then asmita is again I-ness. Oh, I have done this, I have to do this, I am here, I am there. So continuously talking about your own self, boasting on your own ego is asmita. Then raga is complete attachment. Now, attachment, it is not that attachment only to yourself, but attachment to the relations around you, attachment to the people around you, so much attachment to our own mobile phones, even to non-living things. We are so attached, our clothes, our mobile phones, our pens, our whatever cups. So we are just attached to every single thing, whichever comes our way. Okay. Then dvesha is aversion. Okay, so what it means? Dislike, strong dislike or hatred for something or somebody is dvesha. Okay, so these all are kinds of emotions and feelings which you tend to experience. Okay, and this all creates a pain in our life. Okay. Then abhinivesha is fear of loss of death. And you're always want to clinging on to life. No, I don't want to. Constantly you have that fear of death. If I'll do this, if I'm driving fast, I will meet with an accident, or if I'll jump from up, I'll die. So constantly, holding on to your life. Okay, to play very safe, that I'll not take any kind of risk because I might die. Okay, that is abhinivesha. Then we come to vrittis. Now, what are vrittis? What are these mental modifications? I hope you are getting it. I'm going little fast because we have to finish it in an hour's time. But if you don't understand anything, we'll keep last 5 to 10 minutes for question answers. Okay. So, vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, aklishtaha. Okay, what does that mean? That there are 5 types of vrittis. These vrittis, either they can be painful or non-painful. Now you will say that thoughts can always be painful. Why they are not painful? But there can be, now we will read ahead that there are these vrittis which are Pramana, Viparia, Vikalpa, Nidra and Smriti. These are the 5 vrittis. First we saw Pancha Klesha. Which are Pancha Klesha? Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. Okay. Now we come to Pancha Vritti. See, everything is in 5, 5, 5. Okay. So this Pancha five, first we saw 5 states of Chitta, which were the Chitta Bhumis. Then we saw 5 Kleshas. Now we are saying 5 Vrittis. Okay, while making notes, you can make like this in the column. So Pramana, Viparia, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smriti. Now Praman is what? Now again there are 3 types of Pramana. So there are Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agam. So what does Pratyaksha mean? Pratyaksha is what you see with your eyes. Okay? Then it is the one of the principal means of knowledge. It means that is present before the eyes, clear, distinct and evident. So whatever you see with your eyes, okay, is Pratyaksha Pramana. What you can directly perceive is Pratyaksha Pramana. Then Anumana is inference. If I see a smoke from far, what I will say, oh, there might be a fire. That's why I'm seeing a smoke. Okay. So you try to judge the situation, okay, or the circumstance. That is Anumana. And third one is Shabda Pramana or Agama. That means verbal testimony. So what is that? Now when we read the old scriptures, what are they? They are Shabda Pramana. They are the Pramana, they are the written testimonies. Okay. So that is verbal testimony. And verbally, whatever say, like if you go and you listen to some kirtan or some saint, okay, so we believe in that, whatever they are saying, because they are so knowledgeable people. So what we say that this is verbal testimony, and then there are Shabda, which are the written ones. So written testimonies. So these are the 3 types of Pramana. This 3 together, Pratyaksha, Anumana and Shabda Praman together makes one Pramana. Okay? One Vritti, which is Pramana Vritti. Then we come to Viparyaya. What is Viparyaya? It is misconception. Okay? That I know everything about it. So what you have to remember, Viparyayo mithya jnanamata drupa pratishtham. That means that misconception about yourself, that knowledge, whatever your knowledge you have is all it is in the true form. Okay, so that is another vritti. Then you come to Vikalpa, which is imagination. So maybe now when you can look at the slide, now the person who is standing here, he says, from this side, he is perceiving it as a 6. But the person who is standing this side, he reads it as a 9. So your own imagination. So whenever you are hearing or you are watching something from your point of view or where you are standing or your understanding, whatever you understand or whatever you perceive out of it is Vikalpa. Okay? Then Nidra, which is a deep sleep. Abhava pratyaya alambana vrittir nidra. That means mental modification supported by cognition of nothingness is sleep. So when you are sleeping, who knows, you have that thought in your mind while you go to sleep. Okay, now I am going to sleep. You have a very good night's sleep. Okay, there is no thought in your mind, not a single thought in your mind. Then you wake up, and who thinks that, oh, I had a very good sleep? Only you know that you slept well. Okay, that means you had that thought in your mind. So when that thought occurs in mind, even in that blank mind, that is vritti nidra. Okay, this is how you are going to remember the vrittis. Okay, so that nothingness in your sleep is also a thought. Then the smriti. Smriti is what? Now smritis can be painful and non-painful. Okay. Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramoshaha Smritihi. So when you have these thoughts in your mind, or maybe you have some past thoughts, Smriti is your memory. So sometimes we say, oh, I have very lovely memories from my past. Okay. So memories are there, vrittis are there, but they are non-painful. They are giving you happiness when you think of those vrittis. Okay. And then there can be some bad memories also. You'll say, oh, I don't even want to remember that. Okay. That incident was the worst incident in my life, but still you remember something. Okay. You have that vritti. So these way you can learn all these vrittis. Okay. Now, how to overcome these vrittis? When you want to overcome these vrittis, Sage Patanjali has given you the techniques. He says, Abhyasa, Vairagya and Ishwar Pranidhana. These 3 steps has to be followed to overcome the vrittis. Okay. So while doing Abhyas, Vairagya and Ishwar Pranidhana, there will be some hurdles in your path. Okay. When you are trying to do this, there will be some hurdles in your path. So they are known as Chitthavik Shape or Antarayas. Okay. So which are they? Vyadhi, Sthana, Samshaya, Pramada, Alasya, Avirati, Bhranti Darshan, Alabdha Bhumi Tattva and Anvasti Tattva. We will see one by one. So what are this Antarayas? So first is Vyadhi. Vyadhi is disease. Okay. Whatever disease you have, that is Vyadhi. Physical disease. Okay. Then Sthana is your lethargy, where you're low on the energy. Okay. Then Samshaya is doubt. If you're always in a doubt, you cannot move ahead on your sadhana's path. You cannot perform your sadhana well. Okay. So you have to be very faithful or trustful about the sadhana, whatever you are performing. Okay. Then Pramada is heedlessness, carelessness, that you don't want to pay attention to whatever is happening around. You are not careful about anything. Okay. Then Alasya is laziness. If you will be lazy throughout, how are you going to perform your sadhana? Okay, to perform your sadhana or to walk on the path of Ashtanga Yoga, you should be alert enough. You should have your own timetable. You should be disciplined. Okay. Then 6th is Avirati, stubbornness, that you become too much of stubborn. If there is one yogi who has his own rules, okay, he says, I wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock every day and I take a bath, cold water bath. Okay. And he is so stubborn that in cold, winter season also, he wants to take a bath with cold water. Now, what will happen if he is not physically so fit? He is going to fall sick. So at such times, you shouldn't be so stubborn. Okay. You should follow your discipline, but not with the stubbornness. Okay. Then Bhranti Darshan is the illusion, delusion, or misunderstanding. Okay. That if you are sitting in your sadhana, in 5 minutes, you think, oh, I have done beautiful meditation. I have got this experience. You're just talking about your different anubhuti. Okay. But maybe that is just your illusion. You still have to go forward. And then if you're stuck in that illusion, you won't be able to move forward. Okay. Then Alabdha Bhumi Tattva is non-attainment of firm ground. You cannot reach to the firm ground. You cannot maintain that firm ground. Okay. And then, but Anvasti Tattva is like you have reached to your destination, but you are not able to maintain it. You directly come down. So if you have played a game of snake and ladder, okay, and you are going up in that game, and all of a sudden you reach to a point where you reach on the mouth of the snake and you directly come down. Okay. Same way, Anvasti Tattva means that you are not able to maintain that ground. Okay, you come down. With that, then all this comes. This is complementary with Antarayas or your obstacles. What are they? It gives you dukkha, which is pain. It gives you Angamejayatva, that is tremors, so your hands and legs shiver. Daura Manasa, you feel very dejected. Okay. Then Shwasa Prashwasa, your erratic breathing pattern. Your breathing changes completely. You will see whenever you are in some kind of stress, your breathing automatically changes. Okay. Then again, to overcome all these things, what has he said? He has said that you do Maitri Karuna Mudito Upekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Apunya Vishaya Bhavantischa Chitta Prasadanam. That means he has given again these techniques. What are these techniques? That develop friendship with happy people, develop compassion towards unhappy people, joy towards virtuous people, be unanimous towards vices or negative people, and holding the breath out. Okay. So what does he mean? That if you see any happy people, you be friends with them. Okay. When you see any unhappy people, you develop compassion towards them. If you see any virtuous people, be joyous with them. And if there are not so good people, there are negative people around you, then you become indifferent to them. Okay, do not react. And one more technique he has given is exhale out. Okay, that means when we take a breath of sigh, okay, when guest comes to our house and they go, after they leave, what we say? Gone. So what is that? It is giving you a good feeling and it will take you ahead on the path of your sadhana. So this breathing out technique is very important and very useful.